Howdy folks, welcome back to another Turbo 350 rebuild here. And I think where we left off, I had installed our modulator. I'd gotten that installed, and then I want to put a little note on that when you tighten this up, it's going to pull this in all the way. So I didn't realize that because this Turbo 350 didn't have a modulator on it. But when you tighten this bracket up, it'll pull that in, and that's normal. So don't worry about that. And went ahead and I'm gonna go over this shift linkage here and just show you how it works and all. But we'll go over how to install it. But basically, if you were to push this all the way up, it'll be in park like it is right now. It's actually against the case. If we look right there. And if you were to turn this input shaft right here, and we look at our output shaft, it's not going to turn. That means it's locked into park. And I'm turning it. And of course it's not turning. So that means it's in park. That's because it comes over, when you got this all the way up, it throws this shifting rod right here back, which pushes this parking pawl down here into the teeth, and that's what keeps it moving. So if we were to take it out, we push it down like that, then we come down here, you can see it moves this parking pawl right here back. So I'll demonstrate that. So you push it up, push it back. This would be park, and if you can see that, that's what gives us our park. So that would be our park there. And if we were to pull this all the way back here like that, if we were to rotate this, you'll be able to see the teeth move. You have to look way down in there, but you'll be able to see the teeth move. There they are. And this little parking paw right here engages in them. There's one. So it'll engage. There we go. Hopefully y'all can see that. That's the way it's supposed to work. That's what holds the vehicle in park. Alright, so I'm going to show y'all how to install this here. And let's get moving here. So I just want to show y'all a little demonstration of that and how to install this. And show you how it works. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install this shift linkage here. And I went ahead and we installed our new seal for our shift linkage. That's right here. You can use a 1.5 inch socket there and just press that on in. They come in our kit. Put our new seal in. Went ahead and put a little transmission fluid on our new seal so it doesn't tear it. And I'm going to go ahead and get to this next step here, and I'll show y'all how to get this shaft. I laid everything out in order right here, how everything goes. So we're going to go ahead and install this shaft right here, and this some people call it the rooster comb. This is a shift leakage right here, but we're going to go ahead and install this shaft right here first. Alright, so welcome back here. We're going to install our shaft. This is for our shift linkage. I already put some transmission fluid on it. That way you don't tear the seal, but it just slides in. Make sure that this end right here, this has to go into this case right here. There's a little hole for it right there. So we'll just install that. Just push it in real easy. Then you got to go all the way in yet. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our next piece, which is this rooster comb right here. And notice it has a little T on it, and it's got a little pin right here. This is for the S-clip for the valve body, but make sure this is facing like this inside the case right here. Make sure that's facing the right direction, because this T, where that T is, faces the front of the transmission right there. So we'll go ahead and install that. It comes down here, and it has a little, it's only installs one way, so you got to rotate that, turn the shaft just a little bit to get this thing to install. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it only goes one way. There it is. Y'all can see that. But it only installs one way. And then we'll go ahead and grab our, this is our lock nut right here. We'll go ahead and install that. And we'll just take it, for now, we're going to just put it snug. So, just reach down in here, get that installed, like so. We'll get it started like that. And then we'll take it and turn the shaft, line it up. Shift linkage here. Let's turn this. Only goes one way. Go ahead and reach down here and tighten this up a little bit more. A little bit hard to do, just one-handed. But it has to be lined up on that shaft right there. Just like that. And I think this is a 9/16. Yeah. Okay, now you can see a little better. I believe that's a 9/16. Yeah, that's a 9/16. Go ahead and tighten that on up. Just like so. Now I don't put no Loctite or nothing on it. And now we can take and push this over like that. And then we'll go ahead and install our next piece. This is our actual shift link. It's for our parking pawl. And this will install like this inside this case right here. Alright, this is installing our shift linkage here, and all you gotta do to install this, you just rotate this rooster comb right here, and then you line it up with this groove. That's how it installs. It's really not that hard. But it has a little two ends on it like that. Come on, focus. If you look real close, it just sits on there like that, and then you just rotate it. And that's what locks it in. Now I did mess up on that, but you want to install this first like this, and then we'll go ahead and line it up down in here like I had it on our shift linkage here on our shaft there. And then we'll install our nut back on it, and then that way it'll be on there the correct way. So I did a little backwards there. That's alright. I'm showing y'all my mistakes. To make sure to install this shift linkage onto this rooster comb first, then install it. We'll get that tightened back up. Then when you come up here and line this up on this groove, tighten that up. 9/16 again. Push that over. That goes down in here. We just push this over like that. That goes down like that. And then we'll go ahead and install our clip. It's a little clip. You just push that on. That's this clip right here. So that just pushes on. like this. One-hand it, but it pushes on like that. That's what keeps this from moving back and forth. And then we'll go ahead and install our parking pawl. Push that back down. So we'll install this next. It just bolts on like this. I believe are 2 1/2-inch bolts. So that installs like that. One thing I want to mention before I install this, there's a little spring down in there that hooks on. So it hooks onto the case, and then it hooks on. Put that out of the way for a second. And it hooks onto this parking pawl. You can see that. There it is. Make sure that's on there. That way, because that has to be on there in order for this thing to shift correctly. So we'll just set this back on here. You line it up with that groove. And we'll just tighten this down by hand. And this will pretty much finish up our shift linkage. That way when we'll be ready to install our valve body right here. I believe they're a 1/2 inch. Might be a 13. Yeah, there's probably a 13. And then we're going to go ahead and test it here. You can see, it works. That's the way it's supposed to work. So we got our clip installed. We got our nut back in here. This is our lock nut. That's installed. Rooster comb is installed. Or gear selector, as some people will call it. I would call it the gear selector. We got our shifting rod. This is for our part to get our parking pawl working properly. We got that installed. We'll go ahead and we'll torque these 2 bolts down. Then we'll go ahead and torque that one down. And then they don't need much. I think it's only like 15 pounds. It's not very much. And then some people might put Loctite on this one right here because you really don't want the shift linkage to come off. But it's a lock nut anyway, so it shouldn't come off. I'm not going to put it on there in case I have to get in here to service this thing again. But this is basically wraps up our shift linkage right here. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. And the next one, we'll finally start wrapping up this thing and getting our valve body, getting ready to put that on. We'll put our servo on and our 2 to 3 accumulator. Still got our servo to put on out here. And then go ahead and start wrapping this thing on up. So I'll see y'all in the next part, because this next part we're going to get to our check balls and installing our filter and all. So I hope y'all are enjoying the series here, and we'll go ahead and we'll torque these down. I believe it's 15 foot-pounds. We'll torque these 2 down and this one up here. And then the next video we'll go ahead and get our check balls and our filter installed. So hopefully, I hope y'all enjoying the series, and I hope this has helped a lot of people out here trying to do the best it can. But we go ahead and check ourselves real quick before I leave the video here. We'll push that all the way up. And I will rotate this input shaft, and then we'll come down here and make sure this output shaft is not turning. And if you look at it, it's not. But if we push this back like that, it's turning. So that's good. That means that our parking linkage is correct. That means it's working correctly there. There we go. Sometimes you got to rotate that thing just a little bit so it'll slide in the teeth that gets like in between it there. But we pushed it all the way back up. Not turning, we pull it back. Like that. Rotates. Push it up. Well, if it gets like that where it won't go all the way up, just rotate this thing just a little bit more. Sometimes you gotta keep doing that until it goes up. There we go. See how it went up? There we go. And of course it's working. So all this is functioning like it's supposed to. But usually when it does that, when it don't want to go all the way up, what's happening is it's stuck in between the teeth down in there. It's hard to see it, but that's what's going on there. But just turn that input shaft just a little bit more, and then it'll go all the way down like it's supposed to. So hopefully, I hope this video helped a lot of people. I hope it did. But I'll see y'all in the next part, and hope y'all enjoying the series. It's been a long series. It's been 3 years, and I want to get this thing wrapped up. So we got a shift linkage on. We ain't got much more left. So I hope y'all are enjoying the video series, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to leave a comment.